I wanna be the minority, down with the moral majority. I don't need your authority, 'cause I wanna be the minority. I pledge allegiance to the underworld, one nation underdog. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with an Earth 2 update video. Are you guys excited? Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back, my friendos. I love you all. Everyone comment down below if you are keeping up with Falcon and Winter Soldier, or if you're keeping up with the Mighty Ducks. Lauren Graham is my hero, my best friend. Not really, but I emailed her, awaiting on a response. Anyway, into Earth 2. We have shout out to the Lone Wolf Tavern. The Lone Wolves, they made me their scout, I guess, and they're using my referral code. And if you want to use my referral code, it's right there. It's right there. That's my referral code, and it helps support the channel. Patreon down below. Okay, finally getting into this, a minute into it. We have a lot to go through. This is going to be a long video, so apologies about that. But Shane was in the chat for over an hour, and he said, actually, before I get into that, one quick thing. Go watch Guidebook Gaming tonight, because they're going to have video evidence of what has been going on with mountains, and we might be limited to how high we can build. Again, they'll go over that tonight on Twitch, link down below. Now, Shane, first off, is heckin' like shots fired at After Earth, because they had that email that I think Google account had messaged me and Aria Realty, and saying that, like, yeah, this is like Game Boy security level. If you sign up with them, give them your email, there's a decent chance that the emails and your password will be intercepted. And he says he's all for being creative on this, but he just doesn't like it. He's not going to even address it anymore. The fact that After Earth might be copying Earth 2 a little bit. Again, that's just as per Shane. Make of that what you will. Like I said, I'm not touching it, but I do believe that there is chance for potential profit in After Earth, short term anyway. Long term, I don't think so, but again, that's just my opinion on it. So moving on. Shane was at 1:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He says, yes, it was really refreshing, but now it's, oh yeah, so about like being in the chat, hey, it's good to have you here. And Shane says, yes, it's been really refreshing, but I have slept for 6 hours in the past 2 days and really need to get some sleep. And he proceeds to stay in the chat for an hour. That's how much he just loves chilling and hanging with us. He said that they did have a meeting the other day. It was a almost 6-hour meeting, but they do have some really big things developing. More on that in a second. And he thinks, for those of you that have still been waiting for the ETFs and the eggs and the prizes, Thomas is approving the prizes to be credited, and they'll probably be in your E2 account next week. So for those of you that have, what do you call it? For those of you that have been wondering about that, that's just his answer towards that. As far as phase 2 goes, because this is going to be a big phase 2 video, so details will be released, but he will make a tweet about it tomorrow. Something very big has come up, and in a very good way. So we were supposed to have phase 2 on the 17th. We're not having phase 2, but for one of the best reasons, and again, he says in a good way. Now, he says he's going to try to chase up tomorrow, he's going to try to catch up on things, and over the weekend, and he's hoping to drop into the chat on Sunday as well after he announces everything to say hello. And he just wants to make sure that everyone has their documents correct if they're trying to withdraw for the two-factor authentication, or if you're just trying to withdraw credit card information, all that. And he's been, people have been asking why he's been like kind of absent, and he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, just he's been 100% focused on other parts of the business, and he'll jump back into the smaller updates that he's been giving us, you know, whether in chat or in the announcements. He just wants to make sure that, you know, team devotes time to improving the other areas that he was working on. Because again, in a business, you have chores, like you and multiple business owners here. You don't always get to work on things that you want to work on. You have to work on things that you need to work on, and Shane's experiencing that now. So there are a few fixes coming early next week already with a couple of things. And one of the person says, like, I have everything right, why didn't it work? And Shane said, if you're under 18, that's another reason why it might not work. He says, you're not like 14 or something. But he was taking kind of requests like, hey, let me know everything. He'll put it into the developer's account, and then they'll, when he says screenshots, he's going to put that into the developer's like chat room, and they're going to make sure that gets done. So that was what he was going through before. Yeah, so get a screenshot of this, and we'll share in dev chat right after. Said he has not had a break since December. We created that in a hope to record updates. When we do update places, it will be crazy. And he says again, he'll post a tweet tomorrow called Essence and EPLs are 100% ready to launch, but something really big came up, and if we delay, it will benefit every landholder on Earth 2 significantly long term. So basically what that means is that if you have land and they were to launch tomorrow, it would not be as good where if you have land and they delay it for a little while. So everyone that has land, so pretty much everyone that's watching this video that has land, most of you, all of you do, I hope. If you don't, use my referral code and buy some in Antarctica right now, Chaveztopia. But he's saying that it's going to be significantly, especially long term. I'm not 100% sure what he means. Oh, my back. But we'll keep going. I haven't read these, either way. Said, I will tweet a bit on it tomorrow, but more or less that is basically the scoop. I don't know what else is coming, but that's the gist of this video. So he says he doesn't drink coffee. He tries to avoid fast food just because he's not getting a lot of sleep, so he's trying to be really healthy. He says, I don't know how many people will be disappointed, but where he says disappointed, I'm going to decline. I have a call. I don't know why. I'm going to decline that. He says, people will be disappointed that Phase 2 is not coming out tomorrow, but you'll find out why, and when you find out why, you will be 100% pumped. So I'm ready. Comment down below if you're ready. If you're ready to cut the spread. Oh, so speaking of which, before I move on, I'm going to title this some strategies for Phase 2. There is no one best strategy, or there might be. If you have a lot of land and you have a lot of money, yeah, there might be. But for a lot of people that do not have a lot of land or a lot of money, or vice versa, there's a couple of different ways, and each one might work best for you, or it might not work best for someone else. Like either Tech Ops or Nameless at Guidebook Gaming or Ari Realty or Bull Combo. Anyone that has like a massive amount of land, you're going to get so much heckin' essence, so much heckin' resources that will probably generate you dollars a day. And I mean like several dollars a day, because if you're taking those extra things, that if somebody has only 10 like 10 squares, like maybe 50 tiles, whatever that, because they don't have a lot of money. And then it's like, okay, well, I want to build up a place in Chaveztopia, but I don't want to spend $1.60 something per tile, just to get more essence. Maybe those people might spend 50 cents somewhere else just to get that essence and to bring it over to Chaveztopia. So if that's the case, all right, spend 50 cents to get one thing a day, or you could spend 50 cents to get two or three or four different types of essence or any type of materials, resources from someone else. And I know, Chavez, if you have these resources, aren't you going to use it to build your own place? Why aren't you going to use it why are you going to sell it to other people? Well, I don't know about you guys, but I only have 20,000 tiles, and no way am I going to build on all of those. I'm going to build mostly in Chaveztopia. I'm going to take stuff from Brazil, India, well, mostly from India, because I do want to build that large boat and race car track in Brazil. But taking essence from other places and selling it that I'm not using, yeah, I'm going to sell it just so I can make people happy. And I'm going to make pennies on it, where it's still going to work out to be, several dollars a day. But if I can let someone have a great deal, where instead of buying essence or whatever from the game, and I could sell it to them cheaper, that's a win-win for everybody. I make a little bit of money, and that person gets a great deal, and then the game, I don't know, heck the developers, I got enough money already. But yeah, those are some of my strategies, is going to be able to take essence from other places and put most of it in Chaveztopia. And then I'll make like a little hut or a shack in all the other places that I have in other megacities, and be like, all right, this is the Chaveztopia embassy in this megacity. I'm doing that for a lot of different places. So moving on to what Shane says. He says, I'm sorry it's confidential, but we are working on massive, massive agreements in the background right now. Oh, that's when people were asking about partnerships. Again, Shane did not release what billionaires he was meeting with. He did not tell us. That's still something we're waiting on. That's been in the back corner of my mind, thinking about it late at night. So somebody asked if he was going to sell out from those meetings, and he's like, we're not selling. Come on, ... So again, meeting with billionaires, there's probably just the thought. Probably at some point somebody said, like, a billionaire would say, like, if I was a billionaire, I'd be like, hey, let me just buy this from you. Like, what this number? And again, I'm just assuming that's what happened, just because these type of things generally do. And Shane is just impervious to those offers. He's like, no, we're not selling. So good on you, Shane. He's got creative control for the foreseeable future. I hope minimum the decade, but also I mean, you guys have to understand at some point, Shane's got a family. Maybe he might want to walk away at one point, just be like, I want to spend time with my family. And at that point, whenever he decides to do that, I'll applaud him, bow. We're not worthy. So Shane says he can't announce the details tomorrow, but he will try to give a little more info once his head is clear. Again, he slept 6 hours in the past 48, 3 hours a night. That is not a lot. That is not a lot at all. It says he thinks it looks really cool. It makes him excited about what we're building, and the plans that he has for Earth 2 are not at all threatened by any other metaverse. Because they were asking him about Epic Games and other metaverses, and he says, like, no, it all looks really cool, but Earth 2 is not threatened by this. If anything, quite the opposite. So he's probably into cooperation and everything as far as everything else goes. And one second, guys. So continuing on with that, outside of him being very, very excited for that and probably wanting to do collaborations at some point, somebody else actually did ask him, hey, would you do a collaboration with Epic Games? And he just said it's way too early for that, which is right now, again, they don't even have a completed game. So that's why it's way too early. But he is definitely open-minded. Again, he wouldn't be excited unless he was going to do that at some point. So somebody asked him, we need a live stream of Shane sleeping for 8 hours. And he said that would be the rarest NFT ever. Most likely it would never happen. Just a reference to him just working all the time. So outside of that, I'm just going to scroll here and let you guys know. Okay, so somebody said, how's the family doing? I remember you mentioning that you miss spending time with them. Like I just mentioned, he said, yes, they're good, but another school holiday is just about past, and my kids have been upset we couldn't go anywhere as I'm just working all day, every day. Oh my God, my heart. I told him next holiday I'll try to take him somewhere. Yeah, we should give him a break, man. We should stop expecting so much stuff just because it's taking a toll on him. So Shane, where is the team stream? It's been ages since we saw one. And he says, yes, I agree. We want to do a team stream as well, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. But we have so many confidential things going on. It's hard to make sure nobody spills the beans. I get that 100%. And Shane said he had a, what do you call it? He had a top, everything's top secret. And, he's really good at keeping his mouth shut. So I mentioned to him, like, hey, well, me and Aria Realty have secret clearance as well. He didn't answer me. I was a little upset, Shane. If you're watching this, probably not. But that's just a military joke, reference that. So Shane says this week he has arranged 4 hours of sleep per day. I think he says he needs to sleep more. No, it's not a good thing. Yeah, so be advised, guys. There's people like Bill Clinton. I think he slept 3 to 4 hours a night. I think when you're president, you have to sleep that little. But your performance goes down when you don't sleep. Like even Elon Musk sleeps 6 hours a night. So Alex says, I'm wondering this. What will be the time frame between Essence and Real Resources? Will it be years? And Shane said, not years. Says, once everything's aligned, you will see things pumping out. Said, it's coming. He did not give a time frame, but I assume that's one of the things he'll be able to he'll be able to say over and over again as this goes on. Said somebody said, I feel like Wolfgang would be the one to spill the beans. He said, no, Wolfgang is extremely careful. So Wolfgang is the one that's got the tight lips there. Hyperactive Mystic says, all the interesting tiles have been sold. How are you going to attract new buyers? Shane says, we're in control of this. We can flick the switch at any time on our marketing. They're achieving unprecedented ROAs still like crazy. Oh yeah, also yesterday, I'll finish this first. We have all the funds we need, and we are just prepping for the next campaign once we are ready. Most likely when it says prepping for the next campaign, probably buying servers, because yeah, they're just going to keep crashing. But just yesterday, the game made $110,000 just on, like 10 groups of sales. So they're making hundreds of thousands each and every day. And this is one where it's considered in a lull of buying, where people aren't buying that much right now. So yeah, they've made tens of millions, and they're well capitalized. If they need to be more capitalized, I'm in. Let me know. Shane, you need an investor? I'm retired now. Everyone stop typing. Let the man get some sleep, says Grolek. Shane says, thank you for that. We're about coming, not to the end here. He's going to still be on here for 45 minutes. Says, what about buildings? How long before them? Are we going to take years to get buildings? He said, not if I have my way, but I can't commit to that. Buildings, do we talking about years? Said, but you will see some things are coming soon. 3D maps will go live, and then some weeks after, other things are planned and things will proceed from there. So I guess the way Shane answered that, there might be years before we get buildings. Again, just going to read that real quick. Alex says, "What about buildings? Do we talking about years?" And he says, "Not if I have my way." I think that was just a troll. I don't think that's really him saying there's a potential that it takes years for buildings. Again, if we have resources and essence and everything in phase 2 in a couple weeks, I don't see that. I think that's just Shane being tired. So I'm not going to read too much into that. I know some people in the comments will. Any news on about base tiles? So Shane says we know what they are, but we are not releasing the details yet. That is very interesting. All right. So Shane knows all about that base. No trouble. Default Vortex says, Shane, am I ever going to get my withdrawal? It's been 16 weeks. Shane says, I heard if you create a Revolut account and link an online car, it will work 100%. Pretty simple from what I understand. Then use our credit card payout service. So I heard it right from him. That's the easiest way to get things done. And I think Shane... All right, so... Jane Fodor says, I feel like this has to be said, but I'm grateful for all the opportunities E2 gave me. I made $1,600. Blah, 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 blah. Shane says, man, that's touching. Remember back in December when I had a chance to see people posting their happy stories around Christmas, buying nice presents for their families due to Earth 2. It was really touching, and I want to build Earth 2 in a way that supports more of that for the people that put time and effort in. That, I think, is just tip of the iceberg. I think that is just the beginning. I think we are in the first inning of this game. Doing a sports metaphor here. Yeah, we hit it out of the park in phase 1 in December, November, December, and we have points on the board. But yeah, we're still in the first inning. This has so many years to go. This has so much more that we can do, and so much more lives will be changed in the best ways. So. Somebody else asks, unfortunately, it doesn't work in every country, and some of the non-local banks don't accept it. Shane says, okay, I thought it worked every time. Worth trying it, though. Our payments team have some things in the pipeline coming out over the next couple weeks that should solve everything for people not able to receive. So just waiting for that to come together. Like you said, you heard it here first from Shane. Earth 2 Odyssey. Oh, hey, what up, dude? He says, I thought phase 2, including resources and essence, was supposed to be released tomorrow. What happened? So I guess he didn't read the first part. So Shane says, I would suggest to see how things play out. We are obviously working hard to bring options in as early as possible, and there are some things coming much sooner than expected. However, when we get into the AAA quality 3D buildings, we want to get that right. It is coming. So I guess that makes sense. It's like a bunch of people wanting these Batman movies to be made like now, like quickly, like yesterday. It's like, well, why are you rushing them? They want to put out a good product. Take as much time as you need. Batman writers, I really wish you hadn't have made the heckin' vampire. I am more jacked. I digress. Anyway, Tyrone the something says, Shane, will other countries be released before you start properly marketing? Shane says, we have never paid a content creator for anything, ever. Correct. The only money we have spent is on Facebook ads, and that is minimal. Facebook ads are super undervalued. Not sure when or if our position will change on that. I like seeing content that people create without the need of getting paid for it. You're welcome, Shane. You're welcome. Send me a Christmas card. No, don't. I don't. I honestly, I have to go to my friend Tyler first. So I'd be really weird. Like, why are they sending you Christmas cards? And Shane's like, yeah, this is when you know it's getting real. When people are making videos every day about it. We've been here, Shane. Lacey Boy said would be a good boost to growth if you did that. Yeah, it would. But again, they're not looking to grow as... Again, they could anytime they want. They just want to make sure that the servers are good right now before they start to grow anymore. Hyperactive Mystic says, Shane, what do you think tiles value will go up with the release of Phase 2 or go down? I heard this question so many times. Shane says, I've never told anyone the price will go up or down and not going to start now. Sorry, it depends on supply, demand, and market. I think people are looking at this the wrong way. I do not think that tile price is going to matter. I think it's going to be property price. What are you doing with your property? Does your property make money? Does it have foot traffic? Why does it make money? Is it because people are coming there because you're putting on shows? Like I will have Mr. J1S put on a concert or whatever and have talent shows. Or is it like that because you have this awesome video mini game that people are paying for? So what? Again, you have to decide why this property is marketing, is making money, and yeah. So I think it'll be more about property than tiles. Tiles will always go up, but just my opinion. Moving on. Robin Hood says, Shane, super serious question. In the Facebook ads and the responses of Earth 2, actually can't read that. Shane says, actually, what I think that comment has been there since November or something. And I think they were just being sarcastic. I can't tell what that is. Sorry about that, guys. Moving on. I'll do a couple more because this is about 20 minutes, right? It's going to take forever to upload. We are getting towards the end anyway. So, Shane, you say you're not worried about Epic, but do you think there is other competition you'd be worried about? Shane says, I didn't say I'm not worried, but I am not. I'm not worried for the record. He says, we have our plan and we are going to follow through. I don't see this as a bad thing for us at all. I'm sure you're fishing for an article here, but I thought what they are doing looked cool. And apart from that, there are many things we know which we're working on that they likely will not have. Wow, that's incredible. And even if they do, our plans account for that. I don't see them as competitors to our overall vision and internal plans here. Which again, that's amazingly fantastic. They're doing with tens of millions of dollars what Epic Games is doing with billions, and they have some things that they won't have, and I think they're going to collab eventually. I see that. I see that written on the wall. I see that in the future. Could take 5 or 10 years, but I see that collab happening, even if Shane doesn't know it yet. Just my business mind. Are you going to improve the marketplace, or will it be play to win? Will it be premium? Shane says, I've answered this before many times. Yeah, you can play this game and not spend any money. That's it. But basically, stuff planned. We got to fasten our seatbelts. Don't expect magic to happen right away. Shane says, yes, that's exactly true. All right, moving on. All right, that was pretty much the last thing before Shane said goodbye. And then somebody was saying like they were throwing hate at people, and Shane said, yeah, throw your toxicity at me if it helps you ease the hatred. Wow, Shane, wow. And that was it. Shane said adios. He was on there for over an hour. He had to sleep. I hope everyone comment down below. Go to sleep, Shane. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. I love you all. Class dismissed. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. All right, we love you guys. Goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.